Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I thought we'd do something a little fun with this video. People have been saying left and right lately that theaters are over, the movie theater experience is dead, movies are dead, Hollywood is dead. And there was a moment there where I felt like maybe it was, maybe things are collapsing finally. COVID and streaming did it in. Now I'm going to backtrack on that. I don't think that's the case. I think we just needed a pause, and now we're going to get back to a lot of fun stuff. This year alone, we've had a bunch of great movies. Dune 2 was pretty fantastic and kind of started off the year. At the end of last year, we had Godzilla Minus One, Kinds of Kindness, which I really liked. Did okay, but I think it was a great movie. We have Long Legs that just came out that's kind of exceeding expectations. Inside Out 2, exceeding expectations. Despicable Me 4, doing pretty good. I think we're finally getting back into the groove of things. Movie theaters have kind of settled. Streaming is actually feels like more of a mess in the streaming world. But movies are doing pretty good. Twisters just came out. And that also exceeded kind of opening week expectations. And this week we have some more coming with Deadpool and Wolverine, which is definitely going to do great. I mean, the reviews are coming out at the time of recording this, which I'm recording this on the night of July 23rd. The reviews are mixed so far, but we'll wait till the wider audience gets to see the movie, and then we'll see how it goes. This movie, Dee Dee, I saw the trailer for it, I think, before Long Legs, and it looked like a lot of fun. I think I might try to see that one, but Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be the big one for a while, and that's going to set you for the rest of July. And then let's see what we have in August. Trap, already have my tickets to Trap, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie. With Josh Hartnett, that they've been playing the hell out of these trailers before all the horror movies coming out. So I'm curious to see that one. I'm always mixed on Shyamalan. I never know how to feel about his movies. I want to like them, but a lot of the times they kind of fall short for me. But the guy puts a lot of his own money into things. He still shoots on film, so I got to support that. I actually liked Old. I know a lot of people were mixed on Old, but I actually liked Old. Out of his new films, enjoyed that one. Harold and the Purple Crayon, I think Zachary Levi, I think people are kind of, I don't know, maybe he's trying to tap into the kids market because, after the whole Shazam 2 kind of thing happened, he kind of fell off with a lot of the older crowd. Zoe Deschanel is in this movie. I love me some Zoe Deschanel. I don't know if I'm going to see that. Maybe I'll see if my niece and nephew want to see that. Scrolling down, we have the SpongeBob movie. Actually, it's Sandy Cheeks movie. I don't know if that one is going to do crazy, but SpongeBob, people still love SpongeBob. And the kids' movies this year seem to be doing pretty well. So, but we have two kids' movies competing at the same time. Harold and the Purple Crayon might be for older kids. I think SpongeBob is going to win here, though. I'd be surprised if not. Then in August, for kind of the second week of August, we have Cuckoo coming out with Hunter Schafer. I really love the trailer for this. They're kind of overplaying it, but I think I'm going to go see that one. It looks great. I think this is an A24 or a Neon film. I think it's a Neon film. Neon has been knocking it out of the park lately. They're giving A24 a run for their money. So I'm excited to see what they do there. These horror movies are a little bit weirder. They push the envelope a little bit more than the A24 stuff does, which I like. I always want things to be weirder. I also saw The Watchers earlier this year. I was with it for the most part. I didn't read the book, but I thought it would be better if it went a little weirder. And then we have Borderlands, with a pretty stacked cast. I was never a big fan of the game. It's all right. It wasn't really my thing. But I know this is going to be a big one for a lot of people. I don't know how well it's going to do. It looks I don't know. If you're not a Borderlands fan already, I don't know if you're going to this one. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong. It ends with us, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Blake Lively have some stuff coming out this year. This one seemed a little weird. Not my thing. It's like a drama romance, like thriller kind of thing. I saw the trailer for it before one of the movies I saw. I think The Watchers. Not totally my thing, but then we have a little bit of a break. Coraline 15th anniversary is going back in theater. I might try to watch that. Alien Romulus is one that I definitely want to see. I'm a little tired of Alien. It's not my favorite franchise. The last few Alien movies, I think I fell asleep during Extinction or whatever it's called. So not my favorite, but I think this one looks great. I think they need to really return to those real horror roots. Like, you never know when one of these things are going to pop out through a corner or some fog on a spaceship or a planet or whatever. So Alien Romulus, I'm down for it. I'm going to buy my tickets for that soon. I think great. Then Horizon, I don't know anybody's going to go to this one. The first one did not do well, so we'll see if that even happens, shows up in theaters. Ryan's World, the movie. Did not know he was coming out with a movie. It looks like it's going to get a wide release. That's going to be interesting to see how that does. Consumed, limited release. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about this one. Kind of curious. I'll check that. And then we have a little bit of a break from something big for a while. The Crow. I don't know. Not super excited for The Crow. Looks a little odd. I like the original, but I don't know. This looks like he looks like Jared Leto's Joker. Not crazy about this version of The Crow. Like Bill Skarsgård, like FKA Twigs, they're great. Don't know about this one. The Forge, I'm not too familiar with. And then we have kind of the rest of the summer here. Let me see if we could get to the end of the year. I want to see September, what's coming out. I know there's some cool stuff coming out at the end of the year. All right, here we go. So we have The Front Room, which looks pretty good to me. Brandy, Catherine Hunter. It's like a weird A24 horror kind of weird race kind of thing going on. Like I was getting kind of Get Out vibes, but we'll see. This might be even weirder than that. Then we have the Beetlejuice sequel, Beetlejuice, which I think is going to do a lot better than maybe people expect. I mean, it's been a while since Tim Burton really came to play. Actually, what was Tim Burton's last movie? I don't even... The last movie he directed. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm actually pretty curious about that. Tim Burton. Not Tom Burton. I still can't type on these things. So the last movie he directed... he directed Wednesday, which is the show. But the last movie he directed was the live-action Dumbo movie. All right. That one wasn't a great at bat. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but not one of his best. But Beetlejuice looks fun. Then September 13th. So September's starting pretty strong. September 13th, we have that Speak No Evil movie, which they're playing the hell out of that trailer before stuff. James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis. Always down for Mackenzie Davis. She's always great. Probably going to see this one. Not really sure what to expect, but we'll see. But still pretty good. Keeping that horror going into the fall season. The Matrix anniversary, 25th anniversary. I definitely want to see that in theaters. I never got a chance to watch it during the original run. Transformers 1. They definitely need to tap into the kids market. The live action movies, I think, fell off. I don't really know who those were for. The trailer looked cute for Transformers 1. Don't know how it's going to do. Pretty interesting cast. Chris Hemsworth is playing Optimus Prime. Brian Tyree Henry is playing Megatron, I think. Scarlet might be playing RC. Excuse me. Don't know who Keegan is playing, though. But that one is going to be interesting to watch, see how it does. A Different Man. I'm not familiar with this one. A24 horror with Sebastian Stan. Huh. That sounds interesting. I might have to look into that more. Then moving on to September, we're getting into some interesting territory. The Wild Robot with Lupita Nyong'o, Pedro Pascal, Kit Connor, and Bill Nighy. This movie looks cute as hell. I want to see this. I'm already trying to get feelers out there to see if my sister wants to take my niece and my nephew to see this. I'll go watch this alone. I think this is going to be one of those movies that really is for everybody. Remember when the Iron Giant came out? That kind of hit, every age. I loved it as a kid. I feel like this might be this generation's Iron Giant. Not just because it's about a robot, but it just seems to have that kind of vibe, mood to it. So that's going to be interesting. Megalopolis, Coppola's movie that seems to... people seem uncertain about. Again, super stacked cast. Trailer looks kind of nuts. Don't really know what this movie's about, besides this guy wants to make this kind of megapolis, this crazy city. And but I've been kind of keeping an eye on this. This guy sold, Francis Ford Coppola sold most of his vineyard or half of his vineyard or something like that to pay for this movie. I just hope it's fixed by the time it reaches a wide audience. I'm really interested in seeing it. I don't know what to expect, but that's going to be an interesting one to watch. Monkey Paw, new Monkey Paw. That's Jordan Peele company coming out with something this year. I don't know if that's still happening. Maybe it is. I kind of remember seeing a poster for it. Then towards the end or beginning of October, we have Joker Folie à Deux. I just did a reaction for that, the new trailer. Check it on my channel. Very excited for that one. And now let's see what is playing at the end of the year. But Joker, I think that's going to go crazy. And the original one did super well. The original one made $1 billion. Joaquin won the Oscar for it. I don't know if he'll do it again since this is a musical. Maybe they'll try to get him in a different category. But let's see what we have for the end of the year. None of these look familiar to me. November 8th. Let's see. We have another A24 horror. Oh, The Heretic. This looked interesting. It looked kind of silly. We'll see when we get closer. Maybe there'll be another trailer. Win me over. Then we have Red One starting the Christmas movie rollout. Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, and J.K. Simmons play Santa Claus. Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans have to team up to go save Santa Claus. It looks fun. Looks silly. Here, Tom Hanks movie. Don't know anything about this. This is that weird CGI de-aging thing, right? I think that's this movie. Don't know about this one. The trailer looked a little bizarre, but hopefully they put out another one and then we could see what this is really about. Untitled IFC Christmas film. Interesting. I used to love anything IFC films put out. Fifth Element, Fathom event. Definitely want to go see this with my mom. She's a big fan of The Fifth Element. I think that'd be fun in a theater, especially the blue lady singing scene. Down for that. Wicked and Gladiator 2 coming out the same day. Definitely, I don't know if there's a lot of demographic crossover, but I know people didn't like the Gladiator 2 trailer because of they used the Kanye song. But I think that movie's going to do fantastic. Wicked, I've never seen the musical. I love Wizard of Oz, but I don't know if this is going to be one for me, but I know a lot of people are excited for it. You're getting the Ariana Grande fans on board for sure. So this is going to be an interesting weekend at the theater. I don't know if it has the Barbenheimer legs, but I could see, some kind of synergy happening there. You go watch some dudes kill each other, then pop into the Wizard of Oz musical. And then the end of the November, we have Moana 2, which I think I remember hearing somewhere that Moana is like one of the most popular consistently movies on Disney Plus for like the last couple of years. So Moana 2, unless they really botch it, I think Moana 2 is going to crush at the box office. We'll see, but I can't imagine it doing poorly. Amy Adams has a new movie coming out, comedy, drama, horror. Interesting. Always liked Amy Adams. She kind of disappeared for a little bit. An A24 comedy, horror, sci-fi. I guess they haven't really rolled out the trailers for a lot of these widely yet. All right, let's see what else is coming out in December, and then we'll roll on out of here. But like I said, the year is pretty stacked so far. I think it looks really good. They have a lot of these kind of anniversary or re-release kind of stuff coming out, Fathom events. I think people really like going back and rewatching some stuff. We have Kraven the Hunter. I forgot about that. Don't really know what to say about that. None of these Sony Spider-Man villain movies have really gotten me. Maybe Venom 1, but this, I don't know. After Madam Web, bad taste. Lord of the Rings: A War for Rohirrim. I don't know. Action adventure animation. I had not heard about this. This is interesting. December 13th. I have not heard about this, and I want to know more. White Christmas 70th anniversary release. That'd be fun. December 20th, interesting lineup. We got Homestead with Neil McDonough. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, sign me up. I really love the other Sonic movies. Big Sonic fan. Then we have Mufasa, story of Mufasa, Lion King. The other live action, I don't know why they call it, whatever, CGI'd Lion King movie did really well, even though it was pretty much shot-for-shot remake of that original one. I don't know. We'll see how this does. Baby Girl with Nicole Kidman, A24 crime mystery thriller. Sign me up for anything Nicole Kidman. I've been in a Nicole Kidman phase mood lately. I don't know why, but sign me up. That sounds great. I like Nicole Kidman and anything creepy where she plays like a weirdo in like a kind of weirdo stories. I recently rewatched Killing of a Sacred Deer, and she's bizarre in that in the best way. But also Yorgos directed that, so easy win. All right, so we have the end of the year here. I think we're closing out the year on a very high note, or I hope a high note. Nosferatu by David Eggers. That's going to be interesting. Interesting cast. This is going to be one hell of a way to close out the year. It's coming out on Christmas. Imagine, I'm not going to go see it on Christmas, but imagine going to see a Dracula movie on Christmas, a remake of Nosferatu by David Eggers on Christmas. That's going to be nuts. But this is what I mean. The year is pretty stacked. You just have to give some of these movies a chance. It's not full of Marvel or superhero or big IPs. A lot of smaller things, a lot of kind of indie or A24 horror, neon horror, stuff like that. There's plenty of stuff out there. I don't think movies are dead or anything, or the theater experience is dead yet. But I think this is a good sign that things are rolling. There's interesting ideas being presented, and they're being presented at the movies. I mean, Nosferatu's getting a wide release. This Baby Girl movie with Nicole Kidman is getting a wide release. There's stuff coming out. You gotta widen your horizons. You gotta, see other stuff besides the big IPs. There's plenty of stuff out there, guys. So I'm firmly in the belief that I think We're doing okay in movie land, and I think as long as we keep this momentum up. I remember going to the movies in 2019 before COVID, and it was one of the best years for movies. Like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like I remember being at the movies almost every week in 2019, and then kind of COVID kind of ruined that, and streaming took over and was prioritized. But now all these companies are realizing streaming isn't really that profitable, and they want to get things in theaters. Now there's a lot of space to fight over, and we had the strikes last year, so there's things have been shifted around a lot. But I think we're back on track. Obviously, there's still a lot of stuff happening in the industry. A lot of buyouts. Paramount is getting bought by Skydance, which is an interesting move. Curious to see what they do there. But I think people are still investing in movies. I think people are going to start investing more in new IP because they're running, the well's running dry. You could say, there's IP for days, but there's only so much profitable IP for days that you could just keep pushing, expect people to show up for, especially keep pushing and not performing, or not being good. So hopefully they prioritize quality as well and don't just put out garbage. But let me know what you guys think. I know this is more of a nuanced conversation. It's more complicated. There's a lot of moving parts, but I wanted to get on the horn because people have been saying that movies are dying and, all this Hollywood's dying. Things are being restructured. It's all business. It's all going to change. But I think going through this lineup here for the next couple months, the next half of the year, it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. A lot of good horror, thriller. A24 mass release stuff, big pick studio stuff for kids, animated stuff. I think we have a lot going on. I think people just have to give stuff more of a shot. Check out the trailers. Stay informed. If you really want to see new perspectives and new stories, I think you should give some of these smaller movies a shot that have smaller budgets. I think there's plenty out there. That's really the reason why I wanted to make this video, just to show that there's plenty out there. But thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, do all that stuff. Really appreciate having you here. If you're interested in hearing kind of longer videos like this about specific subjects in the industry, movies, video games, TV, music even, let me know, and I'll definitely do more stuff like this, kind of longer form, rambling videos. But, I try to provide some kind of valuable insight and information. I don't know if I did that, but before I go on rambling again, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you soon, and stay safe out there. No, that's too ominous. See you later.